Here's what most men don't understand. Attraction isn't built, it's triggered. The right word said the right way can flip a switch in her mind in a matter of seconds. That's because attraction doesn't run through her logic, it runs underneath it. And no, these aren't pickup lines, she's heard them all. There are 3 phrases that work because of what they do to her psychology. Once you understand the mechanism behind each one, you'll never need a script again. Phrase 1. You're not what I expected. Drop this early and watch her lean in. Here's why it works. There's a principle in psychology called the Zeigarnik effect. The brain cannot let go of an unfinished thought, an open question, a loop left unclosed, nags at the mind and demands resolution. You're not what I expected opens a loop she can't close on her own. Expected how? Better? Worse? In what way? She has no choice but to keep the conversation going to find out. And now she's the one investing chasing the answer. Compare it to what most men say. Him, wow, you're really cool. I feel like we just click, you know? He handed her the whole conclusion. Loop closed. Nothing left to wonder about. Nothing left to chase. Now watch the difference. Him, you're not what I expected. Her, wait, what's that supposed to mean? Good or bad? Him, slight smile. Still figuring that out. And he just moves on. He doesn't answer. That's the whole move. Because the second you explain, the loop snaps shut and the intrigue dies with it. Leave it hanging and she'll keep circling back to it all night, trying to close it herself. So now she's the one chasing the answer. But here's where almost every man ruins it. The second she leans in, he panics and starts gripping. The next phrase does the opposite. And the strange part, it works precisely because it sounds like you don't even care if it does. Phrase 2. Let's see where this goes. Once she's curious, most men rush to lock it down, pushing for the next date, trying to define what you are, hunting for reassurance. And that rush signals one thing, scarcity. He needs this to work out. Let's see where this goes signals the opposite. It tells her you're relaxed about the outcome. You've got options, you're in no hurry, and you're letting it unfold on your terms. And that's one of the strongest signals of value a man can send. Because the man who isn't anxious about whether he wins her is the man who looks like he wins all the time. And there's a twist. Push a person toward a decision and they instinctively resist. It's called reactance. Stay open and unpressured and there's nothing to push against. So she leans in to fill the space herself. Him, so when can I see you again? Can I get your number? Are we doing this? Pressure, neediness. She feels the weight of it. Him, I like talking to you. Let's see where this goes. Calm, open, unbothered by the result. And because you're not gripping, she's the one who starts wondering how to keep you. Now listen to me carefully because this next one is the most important on the list and almost nobody talks about it. Get this wrong and every phrase you just learned falls apart. Phrase 3. And this one isn't a phrase at all. The first 2 are about what you say. The last is about what you do after you say it. Because the real power in any line is how you hold yourself once it's out of your mouth. The move is simple. Say your bold line, hold soft. Relaxed eye contact, and then just continue the conversation normally without waiting for her approval. Most men deliver a bold line and then flinch. They scan her face for a reaction, laugh nervously, over-explain, and in that instant they hand all their power back because they've shown they need her to validate what they said. The psychology is simple. Non-reactivity signals status. A man who needs approval watches anxiously for it. A man who already has value says his piece and moves on because her reaction was never the point. Soft eye contact, steady, warm, never a stare, communicates comfort. Continuing without a pause communicates that her approval was never required. Him, you're not what I expected. I mean that in a good way. Sorry, was that weird? He collapsed. The line died on delivery. Him, you're not what I expected. Soft eye contact, light smile, then continues. So, what's your story? He said it, held the frame, and carried on like the outcome didn't faze him. That composure says more than any phrase ever could. So that's all 3. But here's the part that ties them together. The one thing that decides whether they actually land or fall completely flat. Here's what you need to understand. None of these work because they're clever. They work because of the mindset behind them. A man who's relaxed, unbothered, and not chasing her approval. Say them from that place and they won't sound like lines at all. They'll sound like you. But knowing these phrases only get you so far if you don't understand how to keep the conversation going. If that's something you've struggled with, you should watch this next.